Good morning, everyone. And let me just start by thanking Angelenos. Thanking Angelenos for paying attention to the calls for concern of staying safe, staying home, and staying informed. And I want to thank the city family, all of the employees who've been working around the clock to get us past this unprecedented weather situation. The Los Angeles Fire Department so far has reported no damage or injuries in the city resulting from the earthquake. And as for the storm, we prepared, we provided an emergency response, and now we take steps to survey the damage. I want to again start by thanking our first responders. First and foremost, Chief Crowley for her leadership, Chief Moore and all of the Angelenos who have stepped up for the storm and inspired so many people around the nation, state, and country. This was a coordinated, collaborative approach, and reports thus far indicate that as of right now, there have not been any deaths or significant risk of injury. The city mobilized, including opening the most emergency temporary shelters for unhoused Angelenos, to provide relief from extreme weather since 2020, and we will continue to address these issues. Now, it's not to say that many Angelenos have not been impacted by this storm, whether they woke up without power or were unable to get through streets due to flooding and mudslides. Our commitment to you is that we will approach our recovery with the same intensity as we approached our preparation. As skies clear, the Department of Water and Power crews have already mobilized to return power to Angelenos. Street repairs were placed on standby prior to the storm hitting, and 311 hours were extended to receive more calls. Now these street teams respond quickly to road damages, mudslides, and other road blockages reported through 311. If you approach a traffic signal that is not operational, treat it as a stop sign. If a traffic officer is at the location, heed their instructions. Crews are working to bring these signals back online as we speak. As you know, sometimes damage can occur in the hours and days after a storm hits, so Angelenos should continue to stay vigilant. The city family will continue working around the clock to respond, and we will need your help. City workers are working virtually today, obviously except for first responders, but tomorrow there should be no reason for everyone to be back to work in person. In closing, I just want to thank everyone working here at the Emergency Operations Center and to everyone who has been working on the front line of the storm. It's because of you that Los Angeles will forever remain the greatest city in the world. Thank you very much, and let me turn it over to our Incident Commander, Chief Kristen Crowley.
Good morning, everyone. Kristen Crowley, Fire Chief, Los Angeles City Fire Department. So overnight, we did continue to receive a significant number of storm-related calls for service. During the 24-hour period of August 20th to 2023, the LAFD responded to 1,833 emergency incidents. We received a total of 4,105 telephone calls to our 911 dispatch center, and this represents over 1,000 additional emergency phone calls than our normal average. Fortunately, we have yet to receive any report of any significant or injuries, I should say, or damage related to the storm. Some notable incidents I'd like to report on at this point. At around 7:30 last night, we responded to a flooded intersection in Sun Valley where 5 vehicles were stranded. This required our firefighters to rescue one person from their vehicle. Thankfully, no one was injured. This serves as a very good reminder for all of us to avoid driving through flooded streets, and especially if you cannot see what is under the particular surface. A relatively small amount of moving water can sweep a vehicle away. We have not encountered any significant debris flow incidents, but our saturated hillsides still can pose a threat for mudslides. The LAFD will continue to monitor these areas throughout the day. Trees continue to be uprooted and have caused some damage to property. Wires down, those types of incidents have been reported throughout the city, and we would like to remind everyone to stay clear of any downed wires and always treat them as live and potentially lethal. Overnight, in addition to the storm-related incidents, we had 30 firefighters in the Wilmington area battle a fire at an auto wrecking yard involving several semi-trucks and cars. They successfully protected a nearby business from damage, and there were no injuries to report. Additionally, I have the following updates from our city partners. LAPD was dispatched to 97 traffic accidents. Fortunately, there were no fatalities. The Sepulveda Basin in the San Fernando Valley remains flooded, and the Department of Transportation will continue to keep the surrounding area roads closed, specifically Burbank Boulevard between the 405 freeway and Havenhurst Avenue, and Woodley Avenue between Victory Boulevard and Burbank Boulevard. There's also a freeway closure affecting the truck route of the 5 and the 14 interchange. The Department of Rec and Parks is still operating 8 facilities as temporary emergency shelters for our city's unhoused. Our city's information center, our 311, has now received over 500 storm-related requests for service. Crews from the Department of Public Works have stayed very busy mitigating issues with flooding and toppled trees, but have yet to encounter any significant debris flows. Our Emergency Operations Center will remain activated at a level 2, meaning we have representatives from all city agencies continuing to staff critical positions, as there is still potential, as we know, for flooding, debris flow, and other significant storm-related incidents. We will continue to evaluate return to a level 3 EOC activation as soon as this afternoon. We continue to staff our specialized resources like our swiftwater rescue teams and urban search and rescue teams, which are strategically placed throughout the city. For further information, please go to our Cities at Unified LA social media accounts throughout the duration of our storm event. I'd like to thank Mayor Bass for her leadership, and thank all of our city departments here who are represented, our elected leaders, as well as our state and county partners for their collaboration and continued support as we will focus our public safety priority within the city. As the storm exits the Los Angeles area, all city departments will continue to assess the impacts of the storm. We will be conducting our damage assessments and entering the recovery phase for this event. As Angelenos venture out on the roads this morning, we urge you to please continue to be cautious of hazardous road conditions, stay informed, slow down, and be alert for the hazards like our down power lines like we keep talking about and our flooded areas. I would now like to introduce the President of the Los Angeles City Council, Paul Krikorian.
Thank you very much, Chief, and good morning, everyone. Mayor, first let me say on behalf of the Council and on behalf of the entire City of Los Angeles how grateful we are for your leadership at this time of emergency, and to our first responders, the men and women of the Los Angeles Fire Department, the Los Angeles Police Department, and our Emergency Management Department. Los Angeles is so grateful that we have the best trained, best equipped, best prepared, most professional first response and emergency response team in the entire country. And because of the work of those departments, and because of the work of all of our other city departments who rallied together as a team, Los Angeles was tested, but we came through it. And we came through it with minimal impacts considering what we endured. For most cities, a tropical storm combined with a hurricane would be a catastrophic event. For Los Angeles and for our first responders, it's just another day at the office. And it showed last night with their professionalism. And I also wanted to echo the mayor's thanks to the people of Los Angeles who heeded the call to take this seriously and did the right things to prepare and did the right things to help their neighbors by staying off the roads and looking in on each other. And that's how we are best as a city, when we help each other. We've gone through emergency response. We are now in emergency recovery. But we should also now be in emergency reassessment. And I will tell you that every member of the council today will be out in their districts assessing the state of the condition of the district and see what response is necessary. But we must also commit ourselves today to looking at what has happened over the last few days and considering what can we do better. Every time we have an incident like this, the police department, the fire department, EMD, all of our departments look back and think, what could we learn from this incident? I'm just asking every Angelino to do exactly that as well. Use this as your opportunity to consider what can you and your family do better to prepare for the next incident, because we know there will be one. This is Los Angeles. We have emergencies regularly, and it's important, it's essential that the people of Los Angeles do their part by being prepared, by learning what's necessary to prepare for earthquakes, wind, flooding, earth movement. We need to be prepared for those things, and so it's up to you to do your part to ensure that we have the same kind of response and resiliency in the next emergency that we had this time as well. Thank you very much. Oh, and let me now, I have the pleasure of being able to introduce the superintendent of the Los Angeles Unified School District, Alberto Carvalho.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Mayor Bass, I will join the chorus of appreciation and gratitude for your stellar leadership through a trial of our community that could have been rather disastrous. Some will say that we dodged the bullet. I will say we dodged a weather bomb. The dynamic conditions that kept shifting on us with some degree of unpredictability specific to rainfall, the possibility of flash floods, the possibility of mudslides, not knowing where that would occur or when across our large school system, which spans 700 square miles, put us in a position of making the right decision yesterday. I know some will criticize the decision, but decisions are informed by scientific data and conditions as they are presented to us, based on the best information available. And I want to reiterate very quickly, before I provide a status of our schools today, I want to reiterate very quickly the decision process that put us in a position of closing down schools for today. Number one, the intensity, the high peak of the storm would not be seen until sometime in the middle of the night, preventing our teams from inspecting schools and access roads to schools, detecting the possibility of down power lines, tree limbs on the street, or trees actually impeding access to schools. Secondly, a significant percentage of our workforce resides outside of the city of Los Angeles. Now, we know today that some of the access highways have been impacted. That would have constituted a problem. In addition to that, recognizing the fact that a lot of our students walk to school, the fact that some of our students usually take the street as early as 6 to 7 a.m., without the ability of conducting those necessary inspections, it would have been reckless for us to make a different decision. So we should be in a position of celebrating the fact that the worst was avoided and the right decisions were made, and we stand by that. In addition to that, look, I've managed hurricane conditions. I've shut down school systems for about 15 years, for as long as 2 weeks after catastrophic hurricanes. And there are criteria that we follow. By all measures, the city of Los Angeles, our community, was within the cone of concern. Let's begin with the fact that our community was under a tropical storm warning. Where I come from, hurricane-prone areas, that is the automatic trigger. Under tropical storm warning, schools are shut down. Who should we hold accountable, responsible for a casualty or a significant injury if, despite the fact that a warning is issued, you still open schools? Yesterday also, there were predictions of wind speeds anywhere between 35 miles an hour and gusts exceeding 70 miles an hour. Folks, our bus fleet cannot roll out when winds exceed the speeds of 35 miles per hour. That is the standard. So take all those conditions into account. After careful consideration, we decided to shut down the schools. Right decision. Today, we're in a position of celebrating the fact that we avoided a potentially catastrophic set of conditions. Where are we today? Our teams have begun scouring our schools, and so far, our condition is pretty good. But inspections are still ongoing. We know that about 24 schools are experiencing communications issues as a result of underground copper wiring defaults. There is no telephonic access and internet access to about 24 schools. That number may in fact grow. We had some minor mudslide at Marlton Elementary School, a school that serves students with disabilities. That's being addressed as we speak. One of the biggest areas of concern in the Sun Valley, where we store hundreds of our school buses, reduced access to that area and schools in the area. Just those issues alone would have put us in a position of really facing some critical issues this morning. We believe that all the elements that I've just described can be and will be addressed throughout the day, and we expect to resume a regular school day early morning tomorrow, Tuesday, August 22nd. Every single indication puts us in a position of saying tomorrow shall be a regular school day. As far as instruction, there's no time to waste, no time to lose. Let us not forget we're still reeling from the impact of the pandemic. Our kids are still performing in reading and mathematics about 6 to 7 years below their grade level as a result of school shutdowns. So today will be an educational day, albeit not a perfect one. As early as 10 a.m., teachers have been asked to post assignments onto Schoology, and students will be able to access those assignments. Teachers will be monitoring Schoology activity for their assigned students. Let us not forget also that we loaded 3 additional days of instruction for this school year. So today we're dealing with 1 day where students are learning from home. We will consider all available options and opportunities to make up this day, notwithstanding the fact that students will be engaged in learning activities. In addition to that, from 11:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. today, we will be activating 13 grab-and-go food distribution sites throughout our community. 80% of our student body lives at or below the poverty level. We recognize that food insecurity is a challenge. No child shall go hungry today. The information is posted on our website. We have distributed the information also to media outlets. Please go to those sites, pick up the meals you need for your children. Again, tomorrow will be a regular school day. I want to thank not only the stellar leadership of our mayor, our city council, all of the entities represented, our first responders and their leaders. I want to also thank the members of my team who since early this morning have been out there inspecting schools, inspecting access, and remediating for solutions that will lead to a full resumption of educational services beginning tomorrow morning. Thank you very much.
He's heard from Superintendent Alberto Carvalho, city leaders, Mayor Karen Bass, thanking Angelenos for being prepared that despite the flooding, pockets of damage there are no reported injuries or deaths as a result of LA's first tropical storm in more than 80 years.
All right, we'll continue to follow that news conference and bring you more as the morning continues. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.